This is a White House in tumult right now because of the impeachment proceedings that are moving very quickly on Capitol Hill, and the result is an administration, a West Wing, that doesn't quite have a plan. At the heart of all of this is the president himself. He, as always, sees himself as his own best communicator, his own best strategist, his own best lawyer, and he's basically winging it here.
This is the greatest hoax.
He's on the one hand saying he did nothing wrong in that phone call with the Ukrainian president, that it was, in his words, a perfect call.
No, the call was perfect. It was perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
On the other hand, he's going after the whistleblower, trying to figure out that person's identity, trying to discredit that person's claims, and saying the whistleblower was somehow spying on him as the president.
The whistleblower was so dishonest. The whistleblower said terrible things about the call.
And he's also trying to discredit the Democratic leaders who are leading this impeachment effort, chiefly the House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff, calling him Shifty Schiff, pencil neck Schiff, and even suggesting that Schiff has committed treason.
Call him Shifty Schiff. We don't call him Shifty Schiff for nothing. He's a shifty, dishonest guy.
The president of Finland visited the White House yesterday.
Listen to this one, President. I'm glad they're interested in Finland, but what can you do?
And it was a pretty extraordinary visit because the president was very agitated, more so than we're normally used to seeing.
It was a total fabrication.
He gave a very odd, you might even say bizarre, news conference in the East Room of the White House.
She hands out subpoenas like they're cookies.
He was pretty nasty to a reporter, Jeff Mason.
The question, sir, was what did you want President Zelensky to do about Vice President Biden and his son Hunter?
Are you talking to me?
He refused to answer questions from Jeff Mason about the Ukraine phone call.
Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude.
No, sir, I don't want to be rude. I just wanted you to have a chance to answer the question that I asked
I've
you.
answered everything. It's a whole hoax. And you know who's playing into the hoax? People like you.
He was very defensive of his own conduct. He had a lot of things to say, obviously, about the Democrats, and he was sort of his classic, like, braggadocious but angry, rageful self.
The corrupt media, because you're corrupt. Much of the media in this country is not just fake, it's corrupt.
There's nobody taking control of this narrative other than President Trump himself. And we should keep in mind that the White House is a pretty scaled back operation right now than it was in the early days. The Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, is serving in that capacity, in an acting capacity rather. He's the acting Chief of Staff. He's not as fully empowered as a normal Chief of Staff would have been. You know, the staff in the White House and officials throughout the administration certainly want to not be kind of suckered into this impeachment inquiry. They would prefer to be a little removed from it, but it's not like they're leaving and resigning their jobs or running to the exits to flee a sinking ship. Rather, there's more of a bunker mentality. It's a similar dynamic that we saw during the Mueller inquiry on Russia, where a lot of aides became very cautious and not wanting to say anything or do anything inside the White House that would make them witnesses or create any legal jeopardy for themselves, but they were still eager to dig in and defend the boss and try to ride this out.